My people. Hope everybody's had themselves a good weekend. It's raining today, guys, so if you hear the rain hitting the tin roof, I do apologize. Make sure you hit the like button right down there, and if you do, you'll automatically be entered to win yourself a roll of duct tape, because if you can't duck it, fuck it. Make sure you guys check out Apex Alchemy on YouTube and my friend Satu Dave. Patreon drawing, giveaway drawing will be this evening. It ended yesterday at 9 p.m. Had a decent turnout. Good odds, though. 14 patrons, and I'm drawing on that, so that's pretty good odds. 1 out of 14. The regular giveaway for the channel, for the Titanium Tucson and the other goodies, will be in just a couple days. So if you're interested in that, you might want to jump in. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. I'd like to thank my patrons. You guys know who you are. I've already made a list. I just forgot to bring it out here to name you guys off in person, and I do apologize for that. Brought my buddy heater out here today, so it won't be so cold, because it's going to be a little bit of a longish video. Make sure you check me out on Instagram. Right there. As you can tell from the thumbnail and the video, I'm going to be comparing these two knives today. The Zero Tolerance 456 and the Hinderer Half-track Warncliffe. And I know this is in between a Warncliffe and a sheep's foot, but when I look at a sheep's foot, this is what I see.
Well, actually, that's a shark's foot.
Yeah, don't bother. Don't you dare say that in the comments. So, I'm going to compare these knives as equals. And we're going to see where it goes. Alright, so the ZT is a sprint run, but the older models are a little easier to get a hold of. They're essentially the same, just different colors with a different blade steel. So, and then the half-track is a pain in the ass to get a hold of as well. They do drop from time to time. It's still a model that's made. The ZT is about $280, and the Hinderer is about $425. They are both made in the United States and both using premium materials. In this case, the Hinderer is MagnaCut, and the ZT is CPM M4, which is one of my favorite tool steels. MagnaCut, I don't have a lot of... I haven't used it very much, so it is considered unproven to me. Both are production knives in the mid-price tier, but currently, both are currently riding on bearings. But Hinderer has a tri-way system, so it can be swapped out to phosphor bronze washers or Teflon washers, which come in the box with the knife. If I keep this knife, I'm probably going to put it on the phosphor bronze washers. Alright, so I'm going to separate these two for a sec and talk about the ZT first. Like I said, it has a CPM M4 blade, which is outstanding steel. According to the website, a couple websites that I've looked at, this is Rockweld between 60 and 62, which is not hard enough. So there's that. So that can be considered a con. We're going to do pros and cons on this. So other pros, it has a very nice finish. It's quite gorgeous. It is blue, but it also has hints of other colors in there. So it is a good anodization on these. Very comfortable ergonomics. Excellent action. Decent blade geometry compared to the older models. So it's not as bad as it used to be. It is a tall blade, so that makes up for a lot of being kind of thick behind the edge, just kind of. It's cool looking. The aesthetics of it is really cool looking. I do love the pivot. It looks like a a Buick hubcap, is what my son said, but I think it's cool. And it's not too small. I can get my full hand on here, and there's a decent enough blade there to get some work out of. All right, on the con side of this, it has a strong detent, so it's kind of hard to flip. As of right now, it is light switch only. You don't need any wrist flick to get it. And I don't care for the pocket clip. It is steel pocket clip, which does not make any sense to me. You cheapskates, put a titanium clip on there, please. It's heavy, which I don't care, but that could be something for someone. And it's not big enough. I know it said it's not too small, but it's also not big enough. It could be a 3.75-inch blade with a 4-inch handle, and that thing would be much, much better. Another bad thing about them, they're not readily available because they are discontinued, and this is a sprint run that just came out, but it was immediately discontinued once they sold all the ones they had. And also, last thing, it could use a finger choil. It doesn't have one, so that's what it is, but this is a Sinkovich design, as far as I can think. He's not a big fan of finger choils. I could be wrong. So, and I also looked up on all the relevant knife sales sites, Blade Headquarters, Smoky Mountain, all of them. Some of them are calling it a modified sheep's foot. Some say modified warnie. I even saw a modified drop point, which is wrong. But we're going to go with it being a modified warnie. If you look at them, these two, they have a similar, I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, so I like this knife. I like it a lot. I wish it was a little bigger, and I wish it had other opening options. So, next. This guy here. This is a MagnaCut Hinderer Half-track. On the pro side, it has tri-way choices, which I think is one of the coolest things ever. Currently, it's on bearings because I haven't taken it apart. You can put the, like I said before, you can do 2 different kinds of washers. That's cool. I think that's awesome, especially on a quote-unquote hard-use knife. This knife definitely is not big enough for hard use, but quote-unquote hard-use knife does not need to have bearings. Has a great pocket clip, and I've always liked Hinderer's pocket clip. The retention's good. It slides in and out of the pocket, just great. Has lots of options for customization. You can buy scales for it. You can buy titanium scales for it, or micarta, or other G10. You can get different hardware, colors, pivots, different options on your pocket clip. So there is a lot of customization that can be done. Has decent action. The blade's not really that heavy, so it doesn't swing shut. But that's what it is. It's just a small knife. The working finish, in my opinion, is one of the best finishes out there. I like it a lot. It is a heavy stone wash, basically, but it has the uncanny ability to hide scratches and work. And it has an absolutely perfect detent for this knife. It is excellent. Sometimes I can... Anyway, over to the con side. There's a few things that drives me nuts about this knife, and one of them being 3 different kinds of hardware. Stop it. So we have Phillips, we have Torx, and we have a flathead. Makes no sense. Also, it has horrible blade geometry for absolutely no reason. This thing was 30 degrees per side when I got it, and it would not cut warm butter. I laid that back a little bit, and it probably needs to be laid back a little more. can probably stand a regrind. But that's a thing, and it's I don't understand it. Another thing, it's too small for me. Now, this knife was designed to be small, and that's in its design element. So, to me, it's a con, though. And because it's so small, it is not really comfortable in my hand. I do not get a full 4 fingers. I can when I use this quite small choil here, but it's just not comfortable in general. I guess that's it. And also this fuller, every once in a while, it's not really useful to finger flick it. Every once in a while I can catch it, but not every time. So if you're gonna put that on there, make it a little more accessible. I don't know. Again, all this stuff is my opinions, so there you go. A free spinning pivot. This is 2023. Stop. So what you'll need is a spanner tool or something that you've used to hold this side of the pivot while you unscrew this side. That technology should just be a thing of the past. Next thing, it is hard to get. When Hinderers drop, just about no matter what model it is, they sell out rather quickly. And that's just what it is. That's a testament to how popular they are and how good their knives are. They truly are excellent knives. Next thing is that it's kind of expensive for what you're getting. $425. Yes, you are getting excellent materials from an excellent company, but I would argue it's a production knife. It's not a custom. So I would argue if you're getting equal out of this knife for $150 less. So, you know, I'm not going to price police this. They can price everything at what they want to, but it is what it is, and I think it's too expensive. Now, I do not, however, think their XM18s or the Eclipse or the Jurassic or any of their other models are overpriced, but I do think this one is. So that being said, I would have to say, as much as I like Hinderer, this one is, I prefer this knife over this one. Now, if there was an XM18 sitting here, that'd be a completely different story, but that would be also a completely different video. I really, really like this knife, and I would like to put it through some work. Still haven't made up my mind about keeping this or not, or maybe trying to trade it for an XM18, which I've had many, and I would love to have another one. All right, guys, let me know in the comments which one you think is the best. If you have either of these, what do you like about them? What do you dislike about them? That is all I got for you today. I will obviously be seeing you guys in a couple days. I have more content coming up. I have the drawing for the Patreon giveaway that I'm going to do later this evening, so you will see that if you're interested in watching that. All right, guys, you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you in a day or two. Later.